On Monday, when I came to the charts, the main thing that I was looking for was basically the price direction. I'm always looking for price direction first, no matter what it is that I'm doing. Like, I want to know if the buyers have control, or I want to know if the sellers have control. So one of the main things that I noticed just by looking left and not looking too much to the left, because I honestly don't like to do that. One of the things that I noticed was that the market had just pushed past this previous high that it had made that morning above 52.59s. And so I said, okay, great. There is potential that the market could come back down, potentially back to the lows of that. And so that's something that I was looking for. Now, does it mean it's going to happen? No, it doesn't. So I was also looking back at these highs, and I said, okay, one of two things can happen here that we know could be true. The market could return back up to these highs and go higher, or stay below those highs here, or the market could come back down and it could go right back up, or it could just go back down. We don't know. So on this 5-minute time frame, what I really paid attention to was how this candlestick closed here at 9:40 and it closed bullish. So this is when I wanted to drop down to the 1-minute time frame to find an entry to go back up to the upside, since the buyers were coming back into the market. And so I targeted the lows here to say, okay, if the market can stay above it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to place an entry. So I set my first pending order, and my pending order looked like this. So I targeted those highs again. And it wasn't like I want like this big rip or run. I'm just looking to see if the market's going to flow in that direction. So this was the very first trade. So I'm watching how the market is moving, but then I'm noticing something. I am noticing that the market pushed down into where I wanted to enter. It pushed back up, and it pushed back down, but then it pushed back up, creating this new high towards my direction. So at that moment, I'm like, bet, I want to go ahead and I want to enter again. So the same system that I'm using, I'm going to keep using that same mindset for this entry. And so I end up setting another pending order just above this hammer. And now what I'm able to do, I am able to get in again another contract targeting the same highs. And now I'm able to move the risk up from the other trade. So that's what I ended up doing. But I exited my trades back at the previous highs here, because I'm like, well, I just want to go ahead and take my profits. But it did feel good knowing that the market did go my way. So that was a great trade on Monday. But then we get to where we are now today on Tuesday, which is a different story. So I saw this morning how the market just ripped on down. I was having a conversation with a student like, hey, I actually do want to be the buyer today, only because, yes, I see the market rip down. I'm watching the 5-minute, I'm watching the 1-minute. But I want to see if we can get some bullish momentum. However, I did make note that the bears had control. Like, we're going into a bear quiet market, just like how last week we were in two bullish quiet markets where the buyers just ripped and price just had so much momentum. Trading against it was dangerous. So I already knew that. So I made a statement that, hey, if I see buyers come back into the market, like, I'm targeting price to come back to these highs. But I need evidence of that first. But we started to have the conversation of what happens if the bears keep control. So around this time, I said, okay, well, let's test it. So I actually ended up getting into a sale because there was an inside bar here. So I get into the sale. I put my stop loss, and I'm targeting just a few lows, like around this range, right? And what ends up happening is I can see like the market has this selling pressure after this candlestick, and I move my stop loss down and I get stopped out. But I was already prepared and okay with this stop out. But then what I saw that the market had made like this little small high. I ended up getting to a buy and I lost. I held, back. I said, let me see what the market's going to do now. I don't want to get into anything too fast. So then I saw that the market made this new high. To me, this looks like a high, a low, a high. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and get into a buy, because that's what I was looking for at first. I'm looking to see who was going to take control. So I set a pending order and I get into my trade. Now, here's the thing. Once I was in my trade, I made the statement that no matter what happens, I am okay with how I'm going to take this trade, because one or two things can happen. price can keep going my way and the bulls will come back into the market and pull the market back. I'm fine with that. Or the other thing that can happen is that the sellers come in and they keep the momentum going. But I already knew if I lost this trade, I am done for the day. I'm not going to fight the market. To me, it looks choppy. I don't like to trade choppy markets. So I'm okay with what happens, especially because I'm not risking more than one contract per trade anyway. If I hit my loss rule, I'm fine. I lost a trade, right? So now what this makes me do is it's okay, back up. You were profitable yesterday. Protect what you have left over from those profits from yesterday. Don't fight this market. Don't guess it. Don't judge it. Close it out. Back away. You know, to me, with the way that I trade and with my system, it works. It's not going to work every day, just like with, you know, everyone's strategy. You can go through a winning streak, you go through a losing streak, or you go through ping pong streaks where you win, you lose, you win, you lose, you win, you lose, and prayerfully you still come out on top. But I'll be back to trading tomorrow. I'm going to give my mind a rest. I'm going to let the market play out and see how it goes. And that's all we can do. So I'll catch y'all tomorrow. You be blessed.